A very good morning, my dear students. In the last class, we had discussed the relation between marginal utility and total utility. And today we are going to study law of diminishing marginal utility. What does law of diminishing marginal utility states? Law of diminishing marginal utility states that as more and more units of a commodity are consumed, marginal utility derived from every additional unit must decline. It happens in respect of all goods and services. It is therefore called fundamental law of satisfaction or fundamental psychological law. What does this mean? It means suppose we are consuming any commodity, say apples or bananas or anything, then the marginal utility, that is the satisfaction derived from each consecutive unit, must decline. That is, what satisfaction we got from the first unit will not be the same with what satisfaction we get with the second one. And similarly, the satisfaction will decline. A stage will come when there will be no utility of that commodity. So law of diminishing states that as we go on consuming more and more additional unit of a commodity, then the utility derived from each unit must decline. We will not get the same satisfaction which we got in the first apple. The second when we consume it, the satisfaction will be less. Then when we consume the third apple, satisfaction will be lesser. Like this we say. Okay, now there are two basic assumptions in this. Basic assumptions of the law are as under. The first assumptions are only standard units of a commodity are consumed, like a cup of tea, not a spoon of tea. There should be a standard unit, not that the first time we consumed a cup and the second time we consumed a spoon. It has to be standard. If we are consuming a tea in the cup, then each time we have to consume it in a cup. Okay? The second point, consumption of a commodity is continuous. The process is continuous. It is not that I consumed 1 cup today and then 1 cup later on. So the process is continuous. Not that one unit of a commodity is consumed now and the other tomorrow. So it has to be a continuous process. So what is law of diminishing marginal utility states that? Law of diminishing marginal utility states that as we go on consuming more and more units of a commodity, then the additional utility or the marginal utility from each additional unit must decline. Decline means it should go down. Okay, now let's understand what is the concept of consumer equilibrium. Consumer equilibrium refers to a point of maximum satisfaction when his spending is given income across different goods. So, what is consumer equilibrium? It refers to a point of maximum satisfaction. Maximum satisfaction means we are having the maximum, the greatest satisfaction when a consumer is spending his income across different goods. A consumer buys different goods, all of you know that, and his income is limited. So, with his given income, the different goods which he is purchasing, how he can get the maximum satisfaction. In other words, a consumer is in equilibrium when he allocates his given income to the purchase of different goods in a manner such that his total satisfaction is maximized. Our income or a consumer's income is given. Now, how does a consumer allocates his income in different goods in such a manner that the total satisfaction is maximized? Any change in the allocation of income will only lead to a fall in total satisfaction or total utility. If there is any change in the allocation of income, suppose income is fixed, now the consumer is trying to change how he has to use an income, then in that case it will lead to total fall in the total satisfaction or total utility. So what is consumer equilibrium? The consumer is in equilibrium when given his income and market prices, he plans his expenditure in such a manner that he maximizes his total satisfaction. It means income is given, market prices is given, so he plans his expenditure in such a way that he maximizes the satisfaction. Is it clear? Okay, now let's discuss marginal utility analysis and consumer equilibrium. The basic question of this chapter is how much of a commodity a consumer buys so that he maximizes his satisfaction and attains the point of equilibrium. That is, now the question arises that how much of a commodity a consumer buys so that he can maximize his satisfaction and attain the point of equilibrium. How can we attain the point of equilibrium? Only when the consumer is able to reach the maximum satisfaction point, that is, he is able to use his income with the purchase of goods and services in such a way that he gets the maximum satisfaction. Now, this has been discussed in case of two commodities, that is, when only one commodity is consumed, and second, when two or more commodities is consumed. So first one is, let's discuss consumer equilibrium one commodity case. When we discuss about consumer equilibrium one commodity case, it means purchase of a commodity by a consumer depends on three factors. The purchase of a commodity by a consumer depends on three factors. The first one is price of the commodity. The second one is the marginal utility of the commodity, and the third one is marginal utility of money. So the first point is price of the commodity, the second point is marginal utility of the commodity, and the third point is marginal utility of money. Now let's understand what is marginal utility of money. Marginal utility of money refers to the worth of a rupee to a consumer. Worth of a rupee means what is the value of a rupee to a consumer. A consumer defines it in terms of utility that he derives from a standard basket of goods that he can buy with a rupee. Now suppose a consumer has money, he has rupee. Now how much he can buy with that rupee, that defines the worth of a rupee. Example, if a rupee can buy 100 grams of sugar, 500 grams of rice and 500 grams of salt, then total utility from these goods is 4 utils to a consumer, then 4 is taken to be as marginal utility of money. This becomes a standard reference whenever he is buying any commodity. Buying a unit of commodity X for a rupee would mean the consumer expects 4 units of utility from the consumption of commodity X. Thus, MUM becomes a measuring rod for a rupee worth of satisfaction. It is assumed that MUM is constant, that is marginal utility of money, simply because it is measuring rod for a rupee worth of satisfaction. I hope this much is clear to you all. Today we have studied the law of diminishing marginal utility. We have discussed its two basic assumptions. Then we discussed concept of consumer equilibrium, the definition of it, the marginal utility analysis and consumer equilibrium one commodity case. I hope you have understood till now. Okay, thank you class.